cooked.
Adrian, you didn't go down like that, huh?
He got cooked.
A very, very slow start to conference play. It appears as if the Bowie State Bulldogs have bounced back with back-to-back wins in conference. One at home and one very impressive win on the road. So, if you guys have been paying any attention to the men's basketball team, you know that they had a very slow start to conference play, and one of the main issues was starting out the games very slow and putting themselves in huge holes. I'm talking about going into halftime, down 13, 14, 18 points at the half, scoring less than 30 points in an entire first half. Foul trouble, bad defense, bad offense. Everything going wrong in the first halves of these games. And then, most of the time, they would fight back and make the game kind of close, get the game under 10, but too little, too late. We saw this, I think it was against Claflin at one point. But the team seems to have responded. They started off with a double overtime win versus Elizabeth City State. And I'm not going to lie to y'all. First of all, let me just say the good things. It was very impressive the amount of energy and effort that they came out with against Elizabeth City State. That was their main problem, coming out flat, not playing hard, putting themselves in a hole. Against Elizabeth City State, they did not do that. They came out ready to play from the beginning tap. At one point in time, they were up 13, 14 points. The only issue was, late in the second half, for whatever reason, the offense disappeared. And so eventually Elizabeth City made a few shots. They were able to get back into the game. At one point, they took the lead. And this leads into some of the glaring issues that Bowie State does have. One is excessive, unnecessary fouling. We keep teams in games and put ourselves at a disadvantage oftentimes because there's just way too much fouling going on. You can't consistently put teams in the double bonus with 12, 13 minutes left in the second half and expect to win these games, these close games, these conference games. The team gets into the double bonus far too often, far too quickly. I'm talking about 10 plus minutes left in the game. The other team's already in the double bonus. Where on the flip side, they still got 4 fouls before we're in the bonus. It's just way too much fouling. And some of it is just unnecessary. Reaching over the back, tussling, getting into these one-on-one grudges with other players, and now you're getting silly fouls away from the ball. Next thing you know, they're in a double bonus. And I gotta say, Victory Naboya is a very good player. At times, very dominant inside. The issue with Naboya is he gets in foul trouble quickly and regularly. They give you 5 fouls, he uses all 5. Oftentimes, unfortunately, he finds himself in a situation where he'll get 2 fouls in 2 possessions. He'll get 3 fouls in 5 minutes. The fouling is going to be an issue come tournament time, come close games on the road. Got to limit the fouling. Also, free throw making. Almost lost the Elizabeth City State game. Missing the front ends on 1-and-1s. It was just a lot of missed free throws. The only reason we were able to get out of there and win that game against Elizabeth City State is because They decided they wanted to miss their free throws as well. If we're going to look at the Elizabeth City State game, honestly, both teams tried to give the game away to the other team. Both teams decided they wanted to miss layups, they wanted to miss open shots, they wanted to miss free throws. It just so happened that we found a way to pull the game out in the end. And we needed that one. But, man, oh man, them boys came to play, and they came, Wednesday night, they went up there to Virginia State and put a whooping on them. Man, oh man. Rico, what's his last name? I can't remember his last name. Rico something. I think he had about 30 against Virginia State. Man, he put on a show. The whole entire team put on a show. At one point in time, the Bulldogs, I believe, were up 20. I think the biggest lead for Bowie State at Virginia State was about 26. Might have gotten all the way up to 28. It was a complete domination the entire second half. Was not close, did not stand a chance. And so don't look now, but people keep putting out these top 10 polls in men's Division II basketball. And all I'm going to say is, two of the teams on the list, Bowie State has beaten. We've beaten Fayetteville State. We've beaten Virginia State. We beat Virginia State convincingly at Virginia State. But let me tell you something. There is a huge game this Saturday. Oh, yes, it is. Oh, yes, it is. This Saturday, the Bulldogs are facing off against Bluefield State. Now, Bluefield State is not getting any shine. They're not getting any light. And I think it's just because it's Bluefield State. Because if you look at their resume, they have beaten the top teams in the conference. They've beaten Lincoln. They've beaten Virginia State. So Bluefield ain't no slouch. And they got Hines, who, I'm not going to lie to y'all, I thought for sure he would have been in the portal after last season, but somehow Bluefield got him to come back. Bluefield ain't no slouch. We got Bluefield at home. I'm going to tell you one thing right now. Listen, if the Bowie State Bulldogs can beat Bluefield on Saturday, listen, you can't tell me we're not going to the championship. You can't tell me. You can't tell me that. You mean to tell me we beat Howard, we beat Fayetteville State, we beat Virginia State, and then we turn around and beat Bluefield State, but we're not going to the championship? No. But once again, it's going to come down to what does the team want? Do they want to compete for a championship? Do they want to compete for the North? Because believe it or not, the North could still be open. Because we do still play Lincoln at home. We still play Virginia State at home. We still play Bluefield at home. We still got another game. I think we got another game against Elizabeth City State. Let's see. Union, I think we got to go to Union. So there's several conference games left. There's several Northern Division games left. We're going to see. But the Bluefield State game is going to tell me something. Are guys satisfied? Are guys taking Bluefield State lightly, or have they been paying attention? Because if they've been paying attention, they know Bluefield State can play basketball. Bluefield is a good team. Nobody's talking about them. Everybody keeps talking about Virginia State and Lincoln and Fayetteville State. And those teams are solid, but I'm going to be real with you. There wasn't anything I saw from any of those three teams. Well, no, I'm not going to lie. Fayetteville State has this one guy. I'm like, okay, he gets a bucket, right? But just being real, I didn't really see anything from Lincoln that I was overly impressed with. I saw a Bowie State team come out not ready to play and put themselves in the hole, and that's how they lost that game. Virginia State, you saw what just happened. So what it boils down to is what does the team want? Is the team hungry? Because you win this game at home, you start to build that momentum, man, listen, people start to get scared. They start to get worried about them Bulldogs. But we're going to see what they do on Saturday.